Jai Jagannath, Jarade. Today we are continuing the study of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verses 34, because we went up to 33 last time. So this verse is very famous. Mamnana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mamei vyasasi yuktai tvam atmanam mat parayana. Always think of me, Krishna is saying. Become my devotee and my worshipper. Offer me your respect and dedicate yourself to me. You will attain me because of this connection. So this verse is definitely talking about bhakti yoga. So there is no doubt. And we need to understand what the bhakti means. Because we know that in the Bhakti Shastra, we know that there are different levels of devotees. We have Kanishtadikari, Madhyamadikari, Uttamadikari, and on the Uttamadikari level, we also have different types of devotees that serve Krishna in different ways. So we have, the different rasas. Then we have different types of service within the particular rasa. Like, for example, not all devotees are gurus, for example. Some people are just, doing their own sadhana. Other people want to distribute the devotion. So we have Goshyanandi and Bhajananandi. Bhajananandi, they're just focusing on their own sadhana, and the Goshyanandi are actually taking the bhakti to other people. Then we have the different rasas, as we were saying. We have devotees in the Santa Rasa, they're still pure devotees. Then we have devotees in the Dasya Rasa, Sakya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa. That is the different types of relationship that we can have with Krishna. Different forms of Vishnu accept different, more or less rasas, and Krishna is the one who is accepting the most intimate rasas. Like, for example, Sri Ram does not accept the Madhurya rasa. He accepts the Vatsalya rasa, he accepts the Sakya rasa, but not the Madhurya rasa, because he is Ekapatni Vrati. So we remember that when the rishis in the forest saw Sri Ram and they felt attracted to him, then Sri Ram told them, not in this lifetime. So they came again, these rishis came back as gopis during the Krishna Lila. So they could have the Madhurya Rasa service to Krishna. Vishnu doesn't even accept the Vatsalya Rasa. He only accepts up to the Dasya Rasa, the Sakya Rasa, but in Aishwarya, not in Madhurya. So you cannot be intimate with Vishnu, even as a friend. You can only do that with Krishna. You can do that with Ram, but not with Vishnu. And so on and so forth. Until now, is everything is clear, huh?
Yes.
Good, good. So, in the bhakti, in the devotional service to God, we still need to follow some rules, especially during the phase that we call Vaidhi Bhakti or Sadhana Bhakti. When we have done sufficient progress in Sadhana Bhakti, Vaidhi Bhakti, and we attain the Raganuga Bhakti, the spontaneous devotional service, that is also called the Para Bhakti, the spiritual devotion, then we are really in contact, direct contact with God. Sadhana Bhakti, Vaidhi Bhakti is just a kind of training. So this is why there is, in the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, there is a verse that I like very much that says, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Sochati Na Kankshati Samak Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labhate Param. Which means, as you know, that the real, transcendental, spiritual, devotional service to Krishna can only start when we attain the level of transcendence. We can call it Brahman realization, or we can call it transcendence, which is the same thing. This means that if we don't, if we are not on the level of Brahman realization, our devotional service is materialistic. Devotion is something so easy, everybody can do, even those who have no knowledge, no understanding. But still, the people who have no knowledge and no understanding, if they are sincere, the Param Guru in our hearts will inspire them to come to a level of realization that is the transcendental level. Unfortunately, there could be some obstacle to this process, and that's where we need to improve the situation, because there is a lot of danger around, a lot of confusion that is actually obstructing the spiritual understanding, the spiritual real realization. So the first step in the God realization is we realize that we are not the material body. Because if we don't realize that we are not the material body, we'll inevitably project our material identifications on God, which is not a good idea. So you got the idea.
Yeah.
Any question there?
No.
No question. Okay, that's very good. So we should go on, or
Yes.
by devoting my worshiper. Okay, maybe we can spend a word or two about worshiper. That of course doesn't mean that we need to become ritualistic worshippers. The worship that Krishna is talking about is in bhakti. not in a ritualistic sense. Ritualistic, Krishna doesn't really need our, our worship, our formal ritualistic worship. He has much better, stuff and things and people and everything. The worship that we can give is, very, what do you say, puny, it's very basic. We should not become, complicated and try to impress Krishna with opulence and high standards and everything, because it's Kali Yuga, it's what can we do? Krishna says, now I think it's the next verse, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam Yame Bhaktya Prayachati. That is the worship that Krishna wants. If someone offers him some, with love and devotion, a leaf, a flower, a piece of fruit, and a little water, that is the worship that he wants. Not, big things. So we go and see, chapter 10. Okay. So this was the last verse. Always think of me, but, Patram Pushpam verse is anyway not very far. Okay, so we start with the next chapter then, chapter 10.
Yeah.
Vibhuti Yoga, yoga of powers. Okay, let's go. Vibhuti. Power, opulences, glories, magic even. Vibhuti is magic. Okay, verse 1. The wonderful Lord said, O mighty Arjuna, listen to me. I will tell you the supreme explanation about transcendence. I will do this for you because you are very dear to me, or also the meaning is it gives great pleasure to me. Means supreme, certainly. My dear Lisa, I will tell. Priya Manaya. Priya Manaya, Priya can refer both to Arjuna or to the act of explaining the knowledge, which is also a great lila. Krishna is saying, chapter 4, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya saduskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya. So that is the biggest lila of Krishna, manifesting in this world to re-establish the principles of dharma. So that is why this Krishna is explaining Bhagavad Gita. This is Priya Manaya. Priya Manaya. Okay. Okie dokie. Priya Manaya. Okay. 2. Not even the Devas, the great rishis, are able to ascertain my origin, because I am the origin of everything, including the Devas and the rishis. So is that clear? Like Krishna is starting to explain why someone should become his devotee and worship him. So, because it's now very clear, Krishna is going to explain about that. Okay. Devas and rishis are just personalities, jivatmas. Okay. Then we have verse 3. Yeah. A person who knows, understands, realizes me as the reality that is non-born and without origin sees me as the great ruler and controller of all the planets and people. Such a person, although still living in a mortal body, is free from all illusion and becomes purified from all negativities. So this is, I think, is pretty clear. Any questions about this? Okay. So, okay. Then, let's go next then. Oh, you stop me anytime, huh?
Yes.
Okay, verse 4. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from confusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, self-control, mental balance, not imbalance, okay? Joy, sadness, existence and non-existence, as well as fear and freedom from fear, are arranged by me. Okay, so Krishna here is talking about all the aspects of consciousness. Okay, then we go. 5. Freedom from hatred, equanimity, contentment, austerity, charity, good fame, and also bad reputation. All these manifest as the material situations of the beings and are devised by me, in the sense that consciousness, the very existence of consciousness is controlled by Krishna, because Krishna, Vishnu, Parama Karuna, is consciousness itself, the sum total of all consciousness. Okay. Nothing here, right? Everything is clear.
Yes. Now, one thing here, like only
Yeah.
this part, that because of consciousness we feel all this, or these dualities are also created by Krishna. Like,
Well, yes. They are not created by Krishna as good things in themselves. They are created by Krishna to put us in a, contrast, so that we can learn. In school, when they're giving you a test, they are offering, often they're offering both the right answer and the wrong answer. And you have to choose. So Krishna creates, the consciousness, existence, the Parama creates both dharma and adharma, so that we can learn and evolve by choosing, making the proper choices. It's not that Krishna wants us to suffer or to make the wrong choices, but for the purpose of learning, we have to be offered both choices, the good one and the bad one. So that's Krishna, what Krishna is doing for us. It's exactly this. So, this is the situation. Is that clear as an explanation? It helps.
yes, yes.
You're still not convinced.
This is clear that okay, Krishna wants us to evolve, so
Yeah,
he gives us something so that we evolve.
yeah. Actually, the sufferings that are inevitable in this material world have the purpose of keeping us awake, or waking us up if we're not awake already. Because otherwise we become complacent, we relax in the material world and we don't grow, we don't evolve, we don't learn anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the students go to school and complain because they get tests and exams and everything. That's the purpose of the school, you know. But without tests and exams, what are we going to learn?
Mm-hmm.
Just sleep in the class, you know, and not do any homework. Because why? Why should we do it? There'll be no test. If there is no test, who will study? Why go to school then?
Mm-hmm.
We can take the books home, and we read the books that we like to read. But nobody's going to test us on the subject. So why should we bother so much? Okay. Let us stop here 1 minute. We'll start again with the next verse.